My name's Andrew Ward. I'm the quail, pheasant, and dove biologist with the Pennsylvania Game Commission. I'm here at Fort Barfoot in Virginia as part of our Northern Bobwhite Reintroduction project. This project has been going on for quite some time, starting with our first management plan that was approved in 2011. At one point, bobwhite inhabited every county in Pennsylvania. But over time, as their habitat dwindled or became fragmented, so too did their populations. Bobwhite require a mix of native clump and bunch grasses, particularly for nesting, woody, shrubby cover to protect them from the elements as well as predators, and then forbs and legumes to provide food, as well as quality brood habitat. They really took advantage of small family farms prior to insecticide, prior to herbicide, that were full of weeds and insects, had feathered edges between agricultural fields and adjacent wooded parts of the property. But as our modern agriculture evolved and took over some of those small family farms, bobwhite lost that habitat that they once had. As well as that, the process of natural succession often took grasslands into shrublands and then into forests, which also is not bobwhite habitat. So as that habitat declined, bobwhite also declined, eventually becoming extirpated, where we think happened in the late 1990s or early 2000s. So once we, in the late 2000s and 2010s, went to go look where we had bobwhite, if at all, we did not find that we had any breeding populations and looked to reestablish them. We've found local partners at Letterkenny Army Depot for the place to reintroduce them. We found partners with Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever to help us with some of that habitat management. We've been burning and disking and applying all sorts of different disturbance mechanisms to create that quail habitat at Letterkenny, and now the time has come to reintroduce them. We've been managing for bobwhite habitat at Letterkenny since 2017, starting in some areas with a complete overstory removal, removing trees that are not bobwhite habitat and opening that up into our grassland and shrubland that they require. We use a variety of different tools and methods to manage for that habitat, but our primary tool is prescribed fire. A popular nickname for the bobwhite is the firebird because they are a fire-dependent species, and we try to burn anywhere from a half to a third of our quail habitat annually. Dependent on your quality of soil and what kind of vegetation community that you have on your site, that may vary. We find that a 2-year is our goal, with 3 years being a necessity. Our bobwhite quail focus area covers about 3,500 acres of the site at Letterkenny, whereas we've managed 2,700 acres of it to date to be quality quail habitat. So here at Fort Barfoot, we're sourcing up to 25 birds annually for a 3-year period as part of our reintroduction.
And it's really exciting to be a part of this project because we have 2 military bases helping each other in different states. We have 2 state agencies working together, and these guys are great to work with.
We have 2 other sources, one of which at Fort Knox, and we'll be sourcing 25 birds from there as well. Our third and final source is through Tall Timbers Research out of North Florida. We'll be sourcing up to 50 birds annually for that 3-year period. So here in Virginia, we'll be checking our traps at night around sunset, and once we capture them, work them up, take our measurements, apply bands, radios as needed, these birds are moving north. I have drivers lined up each night to be able to take them from where we're capturing them here and bring them straight to Letterkenny. They'll get there sometime in the middle of the night and then be released first thing in the morning once it's light out and they're able to learn their new home.
Yeah, we're fortunate to to be on a piece of ground here that we have good knowledge of. I've been the natural resource manager here at Fort Barfoot since 2013, so we're fortunate enough to manage and still have good, viable bobwhite populations to hopefully fit the bill for this project of translocating to Pennsylvania and helping out an extirpated species there. So, the relationships that we're building with this project could last a lifetime.
We're very fortunate to have a number of great partners helping us out with this reintroduction and hoping to take you along for the ride.
All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1. That's wrong.